So what we got here is the 2015 GT fan assembly. So I gotta make these fans fit onto the Fox radiator. Now some of you ask, why not just get an aftermarket fan setup like the contour fans that'll just bolt up to this? Well, one, I'll have to do less wiring with this setup. This will be plug and play to the s550 ECU, and I just plug the harness right in here and we're done. Two, this is a factory Ford part. OEM stuff is reliable, and I trust OEM before I trust any aftermarket part. And also, I don't have to spend $200, $300, $400 for an electric fan setup. I already have these. I already bought these when I bought the car, so that's just one extra thing I don't have to buy. So my plan is to go buy a piece of stainless steel sheet metal, bend it up, make a shroud here, cut out these fans, leave some of the plastic here so I can mount these to the stainless steel shroud. Now that shroud will bolt up here, on the top as well. You guys all know what a fan shroud looks like. So let's see what the fans look like on the Fox radiator. So we're a little too long on the bottom and we're a little too tall on the top. As far as the side fitment, that's pretty good. It's a little too big to fit. Try to fit it a little better this way. Definitely need some trimming to be able to adjust this a little better, but this is just getting a rough idea here. So let's see if I can flip this so these fans will be horizontal like a normal fan setup. That's way better. The fans fit better. Still over the edge a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about that. They fit nice towards the top and the bottom. There's clearance. It's not overextending, because you can't have that as far as mounting it and hood clearance. This is the best spot we can put it. Now just got to chop the corners off, find some mounting holes, and bolt this up to a shroud. I think the best spot to cut this is just follow the outline of the fans and leave a couple of these spots like that. Looks like I can make a mount out of it. That's a little too far off, so I could probably make a mount right here, make a mount right here, because that sits nice and tight to the fans. It's not something like all the way over here, because as you saw, this kind of fits a little funny. I got to chop these corners off, the bare minimum. So I went ahead and made my line. I added a couple possible mounting points just in case. I don't want to cut too much and then not be left with anything. Worst case scenario, something happens. So I added an extra one here. That's no good. One there, one there, one there. I added another one up here. I cut the rest. So that one's kind of on the edge, just not 100%, just a little more surface area here, so that's probably going to be a better bet. Alright guys, just got back from IMS. Got a nice piece of 18 gauge stainless steel. Spent a little more than I wanted to, but I want stainless because stainless looks great. It's strong and it's just stainless steel, man. It's the best stuff. So it's hard to work with, but it's just such a nice finish in the end. It never rusts. It stays clean. So when you can, use stainless, but it's very expensive, so I understand why people don't use it. All right guys, so here's the plan. Normally I would want to put this on a brake and bend it, get this, you know, bent up 1/2 inch so we can be flush with the edge here. We got about 1/2 inch that we got to go up. That also will make this stronger, but I don't have enough power in my tool for it to bend stainless. So we're gonna try this. I'm gonna space this out 1 inch, or I'm sorry, 1/2 inch to get this flush. Then we can put the fans on top. The reason being is because the fans are gonna hit right here unless we raise this up. So once we get that past that point, we're good to go. So I got some spacers. We're gonna space this out to be able to lift it up. Then we're gonna throw the fans on top, trace out the openings for the fans, make our mounting locations, and go from there. If it doesn't work out, then we'll start over. I have enough material to start again. I also went out and I got some all new stainless hardware and our spacers. I figured we got about 8 mounting locations for the fans. Got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that one's not gonna happen. 6, 7. So about 8. Just got 1 extra one, or a few, depending on how I end up mounting it. Then we got 4 for the actual shroud itself. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Washers and nuts to go with it. So let's throw these spacers on and see how it looks. All right, here it is with the spacers on. I ended up getting the wrong spacers, of course. I got 1 inch spacers and I meant to get 1/2 inch spacers. So went ahead and chopped them in half, and that's what we got. It does sag in the middle, so I'm probably gonna have to add another one right here. So that's it for now. Going to trace out the fans and get those cut out. All right, I got it clamped down here. I'm going to get this thing secured and in position. There was slots here, but when I put my bolt in, it touches the radiator. I can't get my bolt to go straight through, so I'm gonna make my own holes. So we got this clamped down. This is 1 inch to the edge, so I'm gonna measure 1/2 inch inward, and that'll get me in the middle. I'm gonna do it to all 4 corners. There it is, guys. I'm probably gonna get another washer for the other side of the spacer. We got our holes drilled and secured. So let's get the fans traced out. All right, guys, I got everything traced out here for the fans. We're gonna cut this out all the way. I also added, I'm gonna add 2 more supports in the center here. We're also going to cut some slits here, and I'm going to bend this. Same with this side, same along this side and along the top, just to give it some more support and to make it a little stronger, because I have a feeling once I cut this out, this is going to get a little flimsy, so we're going to need something to make it a little stronger. So hopefully that'll help and do the trick, but if not, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So let's get this cut out. All right guys, there it is. Got it all cut out. I already made my marks for the mounting points for the fan. I ended up bending the edges here, and it made this thing so much stronger. It was a little flimsy, but it's like night and day now. So I did screw up a little bit. I didn't get the fans perfectly in the shroud. I cut a little too much right here. There's a little gap here too. Not too worried about it. Probably won't even see it, but it is what it is. Oh, there it is, guys. Got all 8 bolts in here, and this thing is solid. When you bolt the fans back on, it even makes this more rigid. So it's like we never cut out the circles in the stainless. It's just as strong as it was. So what I got to do next is just go around and file all the edges, clean everything up, make it look pretty, bolt it all together, and we can set it aside until it's ready to be installed. And then I still have to go back to the hardware store and get a couple bolts for the center spacers. But that's it, guys. It's basically what it's going to look like. All right, let's see if the radiator's going to fit, guys. That alternator is pretty close. Oh, we got room. We're good. Nice. That turned out well. I was a little worried that that alternator was going to touch, but we got a lot of room right there, so that worked out. Sweet. Don't have to remake that. Successful radiator shroud setup. I'm happy with it. Plug and play.